So I'd like to welcome everyone to today's yoga practice. We're going to be using more of a gentle style practice today. So ensuring that we have our yoga blocks, our bolster, our strap, or any of the other items that can be used in support of us during our practice today. And just finding our way onto our back. And focusing on our breath. Noticing each inhalation as it enters the body, and each exhalation as it exits the body. No need to change our breathing at this time. Just for today, as it is going to be a more restorative, gentle practice, forgetting about and letting go of that expectation of holding poses for a long time, for doing these deep stretches of poses. Instead, let's just focus on giving ourselves and our body the ability to restore, relax, and renew. A lot of our practice will be on our mats, either sitting, laying down. So let's turn all our attention inwards. Noticing our breath and noticing our body. Noticing as we inhale, the breath filling up our body. Feeling our back pressing into the mat. As we exhale, noticing, does our body sink a little deeper into the mat? Inhaling and exhaling. With each exhalation, letting go of expectation, letting go of competition, letting go of judgment. Staying present in the moment and remembering to breathe. Letting go of any thoughts that might begin to arise. And allow our breath to flow through our body from the top of our head down to the tips of our toes. Noticing if there's any areas in which we might be taking care of today. And placing our hands on these parts of the body. And giving ourselves the permission to make any modifications that we need to support the body today. So let's not look at our props as making the pose easier, but instead let's look at our props today at supporting our bodies to help us to renew, restore, and relax. Just beginning to awaken our mind by deepening our breath here. Begin to awaken our body by wiggling our fingers and toes. Maybe allowing more energy in by rolling our hands and feet in one direction and then the other. And softly rocking our head from side to side. Taking a deep breath in as we exhale, drawing the left knee in towards the chest, placing both hands behind our left thigh. And with each exhalation, drawing the left knee deep into the abdomen, allowing the top of our left thigh to massage the body's digestive system. Inhale, extending out the left leg. And on our next exhalation, drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Placing both hands behind our right thigh. And again, with each exhalation, drawing the right knee deep into the abdomen. Allowing the top of our right thigh to massage the body's internal organs. Inhale, extending out the right leg. Reaching for our strap, we're going to draw that left leg back in. Placing the strap around just underneath the toes and holding the strap in our hands. Flexing our left heel towards the sky and just drawing the left foot over our left hip. We can use our breath and inhale, lower, exhale, draw in. Now if we feel our leg beginning to twitch and shake, lowering it down further, allowing it to drop away from our body towards the floor. And just breathing deep into the back of our legs. And using our breath, each time we can exhale, draw in a little bit more. Feeling that nice stretch through the back of the hamstring, through the back of the calf muscle. Ensuring the hips are flat down onto the mat, shoulders are down. Placing the strap into the left hand, let's release the right arm all the way out. Taking a deep breath in as we exhale, release the left leg to the left side of the body without letting the leg come all the way down to the mat. Shoulders remain on the mat. Glutes and hips are pressing down into the mat. Opening up through the adductors, the inner thigh. Inhaling back to center. Straps come over to the right hand, releasing left arm all the way out. Taking a deep breath in. As we exhale, let's just bring that left foot over the right hip. So we don't want to drop it all the way over yet. Just holding it here. Continue to draw that left foot towards the right shoulder. We may notice that we begin to slide slightly over as the muscles begin to relax. 2 more breaths. Inhale, let's come back to center, bending the left knee, releasing the strap, and extending the left leg out. On our next exhalation, drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Placing the strap around the right foot. And once again, flexing the right heel towards the mat. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, drawing the right foot up over our right hip. Listening to our bodies. Breathing into the back of our legs. Holding the straps in, both straps into the right hand, extending left arm all the way out shoulder level, taking a deep breath in, and as we exhale, releasing the right leg to the right side of the body. Still flexing our right heel out. Feeling the stretch through the inner right thigh this time. Shoulders are flat on the mat, glutes are down on the mat. Ensuring our left glute is still pressing down. It hasn't started to lift up. And really allowing that right leg just to rest in the strap. Allowing the muscles to relax. Not clenching onto the muscles. So we're not hugging the muscle to bone. Inhaling, right foot all the way up, switching the straps over to the left hand, releasing left arm out by our side. Deep breath in, exhale, bringing right foot over left hip. Feeling that stretch through that right glute coming all along the outside of our right leg. If we notice that we're clenching onto our teeth, just relax them. Inhaling, right foot back to center, bending our right knee, releasing the strap, and just drawing both knees into the chest. Giving ourselves a great big hug, gentle rock side to side. Maybe we draw circles in the sky using our knees in one direction and then the other. And then releasing our feet flat down onto the mat, knees facing up. Bring our arms down by the sides, feet are hip width apart. Pressing through the soles of the feet, squeezing inner thighs, lifting hips to sky. Bridge pose. Exhale, slowly lowering down, one vertebrae at a time. Ending with the tailbone. Once again, pressing through the soles of the feet, squeezing inner thighs, lifting hips to sky. As we exhale and lower the hips, we can float the arms up over our head in flowing bridge. And as we inhale, hips to sky, arms can flow back down by our sides. Two more. Keeping the right arm raised up over the head. Let's just roll to the right side of the body and just pause there for a moment. Our intention for today's practice is renew, relax, restore. When we're ready, pressing firmly through the left hand, sweeping the knees up and around, coming into all fours. Wrists are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips. We lengthen through the spine, core is engaged. Exhaling into cat as we tuck the tailbone, rounding the spine up, lowering the crown of the skull. Inhaling into cow as we press out the tailbone. Belly sinks, head and chest comes forward. Once again, exhaling into cat, tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine, lowering our head. Inhaling into cow as we press out the tailbone. Belly sinks, head and chest comes forward. And just continuing to flow through cat and cow using our breath. Two more. Pressing into the mat as we arch our back up. Really allowing ourselves to stretch through the spine, reaching and stretching through the shoulders. Coming back into all fours. Pressing down into the mat as we come into our spinal balance, engaging our core, inhaling right arm, left leg out. Exhaling down. Inhale, right leg, left arm. And exhaling down. And just continuing to flow through, using our breath. Core is engaged. Spine is long. One more on each side, ending with the opposite side in which we had started. Coming back into all fours. Let's inhale, right hand to sky. As we exhale, threading the needle, we're going to feed that right arm through the opening of the left leg and left hand, coming down onto our right shoulder. Right cheek and ear comes down onto the mat. Left hand comes to the top left hand corner of the mat and pressing back. Opening through the shoulders. On our next exhalation, let's bring the left hand back underneath left shoulder, inhaling all the way up. Exhaling back into all fours. As we inhale, left hand to sky. Exhale, feeding the left hand through the opening, coming down onto the left shoulder, left cheek comes down onto the mat. Right hand can stay here on the mat underneath right shoulder, or we can bring it up to the top right hand corner of the mat and press back. Hips are over the knees. We're opening through the chest as we're reaching with the left hand underneath and right hand to the top right hand corner of the mat. Excellent. Bringing the right hand back underneath right shoulder. We're going to press up as we inhale, left hand to sky. Exhale. Bringing both hands back down to center. Taking a deep breath in. As we exhale, let's look over the left shoulder towards the left heel, opening up through the right side of the body. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder towards the right heel. One more time on each side. Maybe we notice that we're able to deepen it and look a little further each time. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, last time on the right side. Just holding this pose and using our breath for maybe 3 more breaths. Inhaling back to center as we exhale, bringing hips to heels, forehead, forearms down our mat, child's pose. And just inhale, shoulders over wrists, plank. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, shoulders over wrists, plank. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Flowing through 3 more times using our breath. Last one, inhaling. Exhaling, hips to heels. Always remembering we can feel free to come into child's pose at any time throughout the practice. Sometimes slowing down our practice tends to be more frustrating for us. But a lot of times, if that's the case, that's what our body and our mind actually needs, is for us to just slow down and be in the present moment. From child's pose, let's inhale, shoulders over wrists, and then stepping our right foot forward, coming into a lunge pose. Grabbing onto our blocks. We're going to lift up onto the blocks. Really sinking nice and deep into that right leg. Pressing through the soles of the right foot and leaning left hip forward. With each exhalation, feel the stretch a little more through the back of the right hamstring into our right glute and in our left hip flexor down the front of our left leg. Deep breath in. Exhale back. Excellent. Deep breath in. We can remove the block. We're going to exhale. Step right foot back. Hips to heels. Child's pose. Deep breath in on our next exhalation. Stepping left foot forward. Once again, clasping onto our blocks. Lifting chest up. Deep breath in. Sink nice and deep. Removing our blocks. Hands come down to the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, left foot comes back. Hips to heels. Child's pose. And just flowing through maybe 3 times from child's pose to plank. Keeping the core engaged. Then exhaling hips to heels. Child's pose. Taking a deep breath in as we inhale up. Exhale, stepping right foot forward. Clasping onto our blocks once again for our lunge. Bringing our blocks a little further back. So they're going to be underneath our shoulders. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lengthen through that right leg, flexing right toes towards the sky. And just flowing through, using our breath. Inhale and exhale. Three more breaths. Last one. Removing the blocks. Hands come down to the mat. Right foot steps back, hips to heels, child's pose. Once again, deep breath in, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Hands come onto the blocks underneath shoulders as we elevate to rise. Once again, choosing to stay here or flowing. 3 more. Last one. Removing our blocks. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, left foot steps back, hips to heels, child's pose. And just flowing through child's pose to plank. Last one. Taking a deep breath in. Let's bring shoulders over wrists. Exhale, right foot steps forward once again. Bring our blocks down onto the mat. Let's inhale, lengthen. Left hand stays underneath left shoulder on the block. Let's twist and open our heart to the right. Right hand can remain on our right hip, or we can reach right fingertips to sky. Excellent. Let's inhale back around. Stepping right leg back, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhaling, shoulders over wrists. Stepping left foot forward. Right hand remains on the block. Twist, opening up the heart to the left. Lunge with twist. Excellent. Coming back to center. Stepping left leg back, hips to heels, child's pose. Let's just begin to walk our hands from child's pose. We're going to walk our hands to the left. Opening up through the right side of the body. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, hands to the right. Hips may begin to lift slightly. Just press back with the hips towards the heels, opening up on the left side. Inhaling back to center. Inhale, shoulders over wrist, curling toes under. Let's lift hips to sky. Downward facing dog, pedaling out the heels. As we come into pigeon pose, let's inhale, right foot to sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing right knee towards the right hand. The right foot comes out on the left side. Lowering down, left knee. Placing a block, bolster, pillow underneath the right glute if it's elevated up to keep our hips squared. Choosing to stay here on the hands, or as we exhale, we can come down onto elbows, stack wrists for fists. We can rest our forehead on our block. Whatever feels right for us. Feeling a nice stretch through the sciatic nerve on the right side, through the right glute muscle. Excellent. Inhaling back up onto the hands, removing the bolster, pillow, or block. Curling under left toes, stepping right leg all the way back, pedaling out the heels. Inhaling, left foot to sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing left knee towards the left hand, left foot comes out on the right side. Lowering that right knee, placing the block underneath that left glute or bolster blanket. Choosing to stay here, we can lower down onto elbows, resting our forehead on our wrists or on our block. Restoring balance back into our body, restoring balance back into our lives. Excellent. And when we're ready, we can come back up onto the hands, removing the blocks and bolster, curling under right toes, stepping left leg all the way back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the heels, lifting hips to sky. Let's just inhale, shoulders over wrists, plank, and then lower down onto our knees for kneeling plank. Sweeping the feet to one side as we walk our hands around to the opposite. Coming around onto our glutes, we're going to bring the soles of the feet in towards the glutes. We're going to use our bolster or our blocks to place underneath our hips. To allow for our knees to open and relax. So always remembering it's not about getting the knees to fall open and be to the ground. We want our body to relax and renew in our poses. So in butterfly pose, we're opening up the hips. Sit. Excellent. Bringing the knees in, just placing both hands behind one leg, coming flat down onto our backs as we prepare for Shavasana. Taking a deep breath in, and now exhale. Once again, inhale and exhale. Shavasana is a time for letting go. Completely detach ourselves from the outside world, turning all our attention inwards. Allowing our hearts to be at ease, knowing what is meant for us will not pass us by. And what passes us by was not meant for us. When we relax and rest, we let the energy flow and we create balance on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. When we rest, we can accept and receive. When we slow down, we create more space for the universe to create that which we need in our lives right now. Take the next few moments to just relax. Notice where our breath is going. We notice that our mind has begun to wander. Just bring it back to our breath. Our inhale and exhale. the more we're able to relax, the more we're able to allow our body to renew, to restore the balance and restore the energy that we need. Begin to awaken our mind by deepening our breath here. Begin to awaken our body by wiggling our fingers and toes. Allowing more energy in by rolling our hands and feet. And softly rocking our heads from side to side. Raising the right arm up over our head and rolling to the right side of the body, and just pausing there for a moment. And noticing our state of mind, noticing our state of consciousness, noticing the relaxation through the body. And know that these feelings are always there for us to call upon at any time through our week by just closing our eyes and bringing us back to where we are at this moment. When we're ready to come out of Shavasana, press firmly through the left hand, lifting ourselves up into a seated, cross-legged position. Together, let's inhale the arms up over our head. Bring our palms together and very slowly exhaling, hands down in front of the heart with mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to guide you in your yoga practice this evening. May the divine love and light in me honor the divine love and light of each one of you. Namaste.